Commuters can expect sections of the north-south and east-west MRT lines to be closed on weekends in future. Transport Minister Lui Tak-yew says this is necessary for major works, such as upgrading of train signalling systems and maintenance. By year-end, he said authorities will have a better idea of when the shutdowns will take place and for how long. Mr. Lui was speaking to residents during his visit to the Cheng San Seletar ward. Our Dylan Low has more.
To prevent more breakdowns, Singapore's ageing rail infrastructure needs to be spruced up. The 20-year-old train signalling system is also being upgraded in phases to cut commuters' waiting times and boost train capacity. So temporary closures of some stations for upgrading works and maintenance will be the norm in the next few years.
If we were to do the upgrading using only the hours available to us now between the revenue service period, I think every night you may have at most 3.5 or so hours, and by the time you set up, remove that to make sure that you can start the system the next day, it leaves very little time for such major upgrading works.
Now, planned closures of train stations for works to be carried out has been done before. In 2010, stations in Western Singapore were shut, so modification works to the Jurong East station could be carried out. And this was done over 2 weekends. Mr. Lui gave the assurance that commuters will be told in advance about the planned closures, and there'll be alternative transport arrangements for affected MRT stations. Most commuters we spoke to say the temporary closure of train stations is a necessary inconvenience.
They should give us more transparency on when the closures will be and what measures they're going to take. If there are any more buses that are serving the area.
One day also we cannot tahan because every time, you know, in Singapore, jam here, jam there. So if one day you cut off, finish it.
If it is Saturday, Sunday, good. If it is on working day, then we will have to really plan it properly so that we are least affected.
At the dialogue with residents, Mr. Lui also addressed concerns on the 1.1 billion Sing dollars government funding to buy buses for SBS Transit and SMRT.
If you want this enhanced standard of the more buses, but you don't want government to put in the money, what needs to happen? What needs to happen is that fares, we think, on average, will have to go up by 15 cents. Okay, 15 cents. That's quite a lot. So essentially, when we came up with this scheme, the way we were thinking about it is that this is not a subsidy to the operator, it is actually a subsidy to the commuter.
On the recent move to raise the age limit for taxi drivers from 73 to 75, Mr. Lui said there are no plans to extend it to bus drivers.